It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dickie Bartolo. This is episode 1849, recorded Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. It's 5 somewhere. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, Dickie D has a dual-purpose camping lantern, a 6-in-1 survival gadget, and I take cord cutting literally, all on this episode of the Giz Wiz.
It's the same old show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
And here he is. We head to Dick for the weather. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
Doing good. Doing very good. So, what's new?
Oh, what's new? I think I got a crank email about selling my boat. At first, I thought, this is miraculous. And then I said to Dennis, you know what, Dennis? I think this is a prankster. Okay, so...
But that is so rude. That means it's someone who knows you, who probably watches this show.
Yeah, I put my boat up on a thing called Boat Trader.
Oh, okay.
And with a video and lots of pictures. And 24 hours later, I got an email saying, I watched that video. This boat is just what I need. I can't believe how wonderful it is. The price is right, but I'm paying you an extra $500 to make sure you don't sell it to anybody else. I will mail you a certified check and then arrange picking the boat up. And so then I sent him some other details, and then I realized he doesn't have my address. And it's now 30 hours and there's nothing. And I'm thinking, is that a thing where people just think it's funny to make you think you sold something? I don't know.
That seems so specific. It's like...
It was so specific, but I think it was... I think back to the old one on Steals and Deals. We always use the old cliche, if it sounds too good to be true, probably is. And I was thinking... The price is fine. He's overpaying by $500. It's going to be a certified check, and once it clears, he'll come get the boat. And the boat was perfect for what he needs. And I'm thinking, maybe it sounds too good to be true. So anyway, so
that's mean.
Yes, exactly. Unless he's watching and he says, oh, okay, if you're upset, I'll just buy it.
You go, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. Here's the certified check. I'll just
yes, that's right. That's right. And speaking of Halloween, I sent you a photo that fits right in with that. Is
spooky.
Isn't that spooky? This tree fell over right after, was it Ida, the hurricane 2 weeks ago? But we were walking Charlie like 10:30 at night. And I said to Dennis, this thing at night looks beyond scary. It looks like an eye and some weird animal.
Yeah.
And I just thought, I posted a picture.
Even knowing that it's a tree, it's kind of like something is wrong with this tree.
Yes. Well, it's a New York City tree.
Yeah, there's not enough roots, for one.
Yes.
Or dirt.
The trees are like buried on concrete.
Yeah.
They have almost no roots.
This poor tree's been holding on by the skin of its teeth to be here.
Yes, exactly.
Golly.
Exactly.
And then you also sent some other photos. You went on a crazy adventure.
It was the first time in 18 months that I did a spot for World News Now in person. So 18 times I did Skype, and I went back to the studio. I could not believe it. Well, this is my set, but the four sides of the studio are done up four different ways. This is, it looks like a big Hollywood musical, and the floors are all LED panels. So the walls are LED panels, the floors are LED panels, and the studio it's beautifully lit. But twice I almost fell because the all these platforms are at different levels, and until you get to know it, you take a step and you think it's more floor, but the floor is a foot down. But
that's crazy. So it looks like we're looking at a pedestal camera,
a robotic
here.
camera.
Yeah, and that is robotic, so it can just move around. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Only a few years until this gets miniaturized for the consumer market, and we can have this on the Giz Wiz.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure.
Wow.
Well,
wait a minute.
Cool.
Can't you just take that picture and make it our background?
Basically, yeah. I could just green screen it in.
Exactly.
It's going to be a while until we get the LED floor, unless a nice patron wants to get another TV and we can just stand on it. And then we'll have a nice LED floor. It'll be amazing.
Yeah. In 2 years, TCL. What is it? What brand is that again?
Yeah, this is a TCL. Yeah.
Yeah, a TCL. They'll have a 90-inch TV you can stand on for $300.
Right. Exactly.
It'll be the deluxe version.
I can't wait for that TV wallpaper. Just to wallpaper my whole house with it, and then I don't need anything else.
And how about you? What happened with you this week?
Let me think. I have to go back. I have the worst memory. I have to go back to my calendar to just even figure out if I did anything over the last week. No, really didn't do anything. I'm boring over the weekend.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The other thing,
Didn't do anything.
it took me an hour to get past the gate at ABC.
Whoa.
They have a whole new, I said, Dickie Bartolo doing World News Now. That's the idea I gave it. And he said, you're not on the list. You can't go in. I said,
excuse me.
I've been doing
Do you know I'm the Giz Wiz?
I've been doing the show monthly for 20 years. Doesn't matter. All new protocol. So I called the producer and I said, I can't get in. So he says, hang on. So 20 minutes later, he calls me back and he says, oh my God, they've started something new. Everybody who's going to be on a show has to be cleared through security in Burbank.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, it took them an hour to find somebody. I said to the man at the desk, I said, sir, here's my phone. Here's 100 spots of me at abcnews.com.
This is that studio right there.
Yes, exactly. I'm sorry, sir.
Man.
I abide by the rules.
I can't believe it's more amazing that the rules or the fact that you found the one security guard that wouldn't budge at all.
I think it was the one security guard.
He's like, listen, I got these rules and I've got to live by them. Okay.
Oh my. And then the producer called. He said, Dick, do you just want to go home and call us in on Skype? I said, no, I have everything here.
Oh my gosh. That is frustrating. That is so frustrating.
Beyond I mean, it makes no sense. Frustrating. It just makes no sense.
And it wasn't anything to do with COVID or anything. It was just you needed to be in the system.
No, he said it's because of COVID.
Oh, of course.
But why?
That's everyone's excuse. It is the excuse for anything. Oh, I'm sorry. We removed all of this off the menu. It was because of COVID.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
It was because of 911. Of 9/11.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that.
Because 9/11, we can no longer let you eat food at the table. You have to take it out in the street.
Yeah. It was because of COVID. All of the cash registers are now robotic cash registers. It's because of COVID, as we had to fire the whole workforce.
That's
No. It's like,
anyway. I don't know, the more people that get involved in stuff, it's just
crazy.
ridiculous.
That's crazy and frustrating. Okay, well, let's jump into some things.
Let's go into
crazy.
stuff.
Or frustrating.
And here we go. Gadget 1.
Dokie. Here it is. There we go.
Last Sunday at the marina, there was a goodbye to the boat basin party, since the marina is going to close in 6 weeks.
Boo.
Very sad. Everybody has to be out of there. And since it was starting at 7 and it's getting dark early, and we were meeting on what's called the wave wall, it's sort of a wall of wood to protect the boats that is so rotten, waves just pass through it. Anyway, there's no power out there. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring my flame lantern because people will get a kick out of it. If you remember, it's almost 2 years ago since I did it, okay? That can light the table where the food was. And then when people aren't eating food but want some atmosphere, they can open it again. And it's a mini fireplace. But wait, there's more. At the bottom is a lantern, okay? And I knew we were going to need that part because walking on home, you walk through what's called the rotunda, which is also closed, and there is no light in that at all. So unless you have a flashlight, it's pretty scary. Or you have to walk the highway and dodge cars. Anyway, people were talking about, oh, I got to buy one. So I went hunting for it on Amazon, and I couldn't find this particular model, but I found this. And, okay, it's similar in as much as it does the white part, and you close it and open it, and it does the little fire thing. Now, at the bottom, there is no flashlight. But I was looking on Amazon, look at 4 for $27. But
Ooh.
Check here for $10 off. I bought 8 of them, okay? So they are $4.25 each. And the reason I'm doing it now is that if you like these, this is the chance to jump on these. As a matter of fact, when I find something on a really big sale, I don't save any money because I buy a lot of them and then give them away. So my plan is to bring 4 of them down there and
you save money on gadgets you don't need.
As going away.
Yes, exactly.
So I think it's really neat. Okay. And this is probably the 2 functions you would need most. Is if I love that little fireplace thing. It looks super at the end of the dock. We had 2 small picnic tables. So that's it. Not a lot of ratings, 21 ratings. I think it was 4.5 stars. You get the 4 of them for roughly $17. You get 4 of them for $16.99. You can see I bought 8 of them. Okay. And they take 3 AA batteries, not included. That's it. And also, let me just bring it up again. You warm your hands with them in the dead of winter, but since it's LED, it'll take about 5 hours to get your hands a tiny bit warm. That's it.
That's actually the most energy efficient way to warm your hands.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now, I checked at 4 o'clock and it was still $10 off. Is it still $10 off?
Let's look. It is! We still got that coupon. That's incredible. Oh, I need to be signed in. That's awesome.
Chad, you should get some for stocking stuffers.
Seriously. That is so cheap. $16 for 4?
Yes.
That's crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But $4 a piece, that's pretty hard to pass by. We could buy them and start our very own Five Below just from cheap Amazon gadgets.
Yeah. oh, we could buy them and then we could make an infomercial. And
then repackage them with the as seen on TV logo.
$25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get another one for free if you just pay the fees.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
Just pay twice as much.
Right. And you get another one for free.
Or pay three times as much and get three. Get one and two more for free.
Oh, that is so funny. That's really cool.
I think it really is too.
This would be great for like a Girl Scout or Boy Scout troop if you just want to put these all around.
When you go camping sometimes, it's just a great thing just to have on in the background when you're sitting around.
Yeah.
It's like having
ambiance.
Yeah.
Ambiance.
And Smokey the Bear is all in favor of this.
Yes, exactly. Only you cannot cause forest fires with LED lamps.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really, really cool. So yeah, get it. It's Le Champ.
Oh wait, that singer said they're on back order.
Let me refresh. I'm wondering if that was just a joke or if they actually are. It says in stock to me. It may be their local one, so it still says in stock over here.
Oh, okay, very good.
He was just kidding. He was saying they're back ordering because we're going to buy them all.
Oh, we're going to buy them out.
We're going to, yes, exactly. The Giz Wiz audience is going to cause a lantern shortage.
Yes.
That's great. Awesome.
They're pretty neat. Pretty neat.
Wow.
Oh, and that brings us to, ladies and gentlemen,
I took over.
Oh, we don't have a theme for this.
No, we don't have a theme for the Chad Extra Gadget.
Where are our musician friends and fans?
I really feel let down by the Giz Wiz community that we don't have a theme and a video already made. No, just kidding. So yeah, I took over an extra gadget. So here it is. Hey Diggity, so here I am with a short little gadget, and this is a leftover gadget from the Alibaba theme. So this is one of those gadgets I ordered a little extra of and was afraid that it wouldn't come in time. So this looks like a standard USB-C, USB-A cable, and let's just see if it works to start off. So I have this big old battery pack and my Nintendo Switch. Plug it in, and it's charging. Cool, so the Nintendo Switch is charging, which is what I was testing. So the thing that makes this cable unique is that you can cut it. What did I just do?
What?
So the idea is that you can cut this cable to whatever length that you want, and the USB-C plug can be removed and then reattached. And this wire, you can see that there's humps over here, and then there's grooves inside of the cable, so you got to make sure that those line up. But I should be able to just put this back together, close that tiny little latch / door, and hopefully this will still work. I have not tested this. We're gonna plug this in, give it a second, and it is charging. There you go. Now, one downside with this cable is that it will not transfer data, and that was mentioned, that this does not transfer data. It's only for charge. But if you need a cable to a very specific non-normal length, you can just take the cable, cut it, and it's pretty easy to cut. Slide the plug right back on and use the cable at that length. One other thing is that you would think that with a very customizable cable, by the way, this is not charging now. It woke up. Is it actually charge? It's charging. Okay. I have a suspicion it was. It just went to sleep. If you have a customizable cable, you would think you would want a ton of cable to customize. But it seems to be the standard 6-foot cable or 3-meter cable. Or maybe even 1.5 meter cable. So it's not that long, which is kind of a downside. So there you go. The customizable USB-C charging cable from Alibaba. So, because it was from Alibaba, or AliExpress, it was cheap. So here it is. Now, it took forever to arrive, but this is the red one that I got. I did USB-C, so it cost me $5 to get. Now, you can get extra adapters. So if you wanted...
Oh, my goodness.
Like another
That's
one.
Great.
Isn't that funny? Or one for Apple, and this is just the color that you're choosing. So I could choose the Apple adapter in the red color if I wanted. Same thing there, same thing with micro USB, that sort of thing. So yeah, it works exactly as described. Now the USB-A portion cannot be reattached, so you go in one direction. But
I see. Okay.
when searching for this on Amazon, because it's like there's got to be an Amazon version of this.
Yeah.
I found one that has the USB-A option, so you can cut either end. Now this got really bad reviews.
Oh my gosh.
Really, really bad reviews. So I'm not sure how durable. Oh, a lot of the reviews aren't even. Oh, it takes a long time to arrive, so maybe that's why they got bad. Maybe this is just coming straight from Alibaba.
It could be.
And then there's some others once I kind of finally got on this train to find that. So you can find them around if you want. I would definitely see this as being really useful if you wanted like the perfect length cable. Like maybe you had like a little desk area. You wanted this just to be absolutely perfect. This would be great to use because obviously a standard cable you'd have to wrap or find a way to do something with the extra length. Sims to Rachel mentions if it would be useful if the cable got damaged, cut off the damaged part and click it back on.
Yeah.
Which is how the AliExpress stuff kind of advertises it. It calls it a renewable micro USB-C cable. So you could, cut off the bad part. So maybe you'd have something that has like a big stress point that gets stressed a lot. Just cut that off and redo it. So anyway, that is my extra gadget. So
I think that's great.
Awesome.
I think that's great.
Thank you.
Perfect.
So now back to you for the third gadget.
Okay, and anything, the certain keywords like 6-in-1, 9-in-1.
That piques your interest.
Always get my attention.
Yes.
So here's a 6-in-1 gadget.
On past Giz Wiz shows, we learned that you can use the Bavarian Edge Sharpener to sharpen a credit card. We also learned that Slice uses a ceramic blade to cut things, all right? So this I found on Amazon. It's kind of like a combination of the two because it sharpens knives with a carbide steel, but it also sharpens knives with a ceramic blade in here, okay? Or a ceramic V. So we're going to use this ceramic knife to get this ceramic knife sharpener out of the package, okay? So, I'm going to show you the packaging because once it's out, it's pretty much destroyed. It's called Sharpal, S-H-A-R-P-A-L, or Sharpal, or are they going for Sharp Al? I don't know. But I like their slogan, giving you the edge. So I guess I should explain. It's the 6-in-1 survival tool. It can sharpen knives. It has a fire starter. It has a whistle. It has a file. All right. And you're supposed to use the shiny part as a mirror. Okay.
Oh.
I guess if it was sunny out, I guess that actually would work. So we're going to see. The first thing is when you go on an emergency thing, you have to make sure you bring a knife with you. Because if you go out with this in the packaging, you're dead. All right? Let's try
Death by
here.
blister
Oh, I
pack.
see. Oh, I
Yes,
see.
exactly.
That's why it's hard to cut, of course.
I was
The,
done in by a
oh,
clamshell.
this thing's cutting nice.
You near the
Lower
ocean?
this
No, a
out.
plastic clamshell.
Oh. Would you like some food? No, just an X-Acto knife.
Fortunately, when you get down all the way down, it does come out. But remember I said we should show you the package ahead of time. All right, so now, so the first thing we're going to do is it says has an arrow, how to drag the knife across, but we're not going to use a knife. We're going to do the credit card. Isn't it going to be funny if this doesn't sharpen a credit card? No,
Because when we did that other thing,
it.
it says it sharpens the credit card, but I thought, well, maybe every knife sharpener can sharpen a credit card.
Maybe that's not unique.
But you know what? The Bavarian Danish pastry knife sharpener did a better job, okay? See, it really did put an edge on that card. This one, the thing is, probably in an emergency, you're not going to want to sharpen a credit card, okay? But let's just for laughs, got a bit of an edge. Let's just for laughs see if we can cut a tomato. Did it sharpen this enough? Oh, it didn't. Oh, it did. Oh, okay.
You had to aim for the cut
All right.
that was already
so
there.
if you get stranded in the desert and you don't, you know what? This is interesting. Suppose you get stranded and you don't have a knife. Literally, if it was life and death, you could sharpen a credit card, okay? And, find fruit in the forest and ask a farmer if you have a tomato so that you could cut it up. All right, so that's part one. Then there's a file, okay?
Or a big tooth.
There is a whistle. Where in the world is the whistle? Okay, it's supposed to be a high-pitched whistle. Oh, Charlie just came through the wall. Wow, that's an attention getter. And
dog
the
whistle.
fire starter, it says to use the fire starter, drag this across the knife sharpener, the carbonite steel. All right? Not carbonite.
This is how Dickie D burned down his New York apartment.
I don't see
Oop.
any
Yeah.
sparks at all. Now that's disappointing. Chad might tell me what I'm doing wrong. Can I drag
I
it
don't
across
know.
this? Will that do anything? No.
Is the fire
Well, also
starter
take a
supposed to
cigarette lighter with you.
do
This
anything
is
with metal?
disappointing.
It's supposed to. Normally, it just
We'll
causes
have Chad
sparks.
go to their website later and see if their demonstration. We'll try it on both sides. No, in their video, it shows sparks flying everywhere. 15,324 ratings for 4.6 out of 5 stars. So people liked it, and it's under $10. All right.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I'm not sure about that fire. I don't know if it's just like you got to put a ton of pressure on it, or
You know what? I finally, just before the show, I kept playing with it, and no. And you have to follow the arrow. Oh, okay. Let me just do it in the direction of the arrow. I did it both ways before.
if you set your apartment on fire, this is going to be on some news network. Gadget.
did you-
Whoa! Dickie D! Yes, I did see that. You just got to put a ton of pressure on it?
All right. But that's a lot of bring matches because you're going to be worn out.
If you're in a survival situation, try to use a butane torch instead. Interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely saw the flash for sure.
Yes. Yeah, but you have to make sure that you have kindling and
Yes.
I guess paper towels and things
can't
that
just do
ignite
that
quickly nearby.
on a
Yeah.
log, you know.
And a can of gasoline.
right. Right.
Anyway, it's very compact. It's only $10. Actually, people seem to like it, so maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Definitely a little compact
I guess
knife sharpener, even just that, even if it didn't have the whole like survival aspect to it, just a teeny tiny knife sharpener is nice to have when camping.
Yeah. And,
yeah. That's
and
cool.
for $10, it's not bad.
And there was also a mirror under somewhere.
Do you see that thing that says Sharpel? That's supposed to be what you use as a mirror, because it's shiny.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
But my guess is if you were in the sun.
Yeah, the idea is in order to, like, let's say there's a helicopter like going by.
Yes, there you go.
You can kind of like sight the helicopter and use the mirror, and the sun is going to be brighter than any flashlight that you have.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So
right,
you can
yeah.
shine them down.
And it says right on the page, helicopter sold separately. So.
Rescue team not included. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okie dokie. Now it is time for us to head to the corner. Chad's Crappy Corner.
Need it, but you might want it at Chad's Crappy Corner. Get it.
We got it. Here it is. This is the gadget. I recorded a video about it, so let's
tell us the theme again.
Oh, the theme is gadgets for your gadgets. So another gadget is required to use this gadget, basically.
Okay.
So here we go to the video. Hey Dickie, we are back with another Crappy Corner, and this week it is the Psych Studio, CYK, anyway, Psych mount. And this mount should be able to clip your phone to the edge of any monitor, any laptop, any, what else do they got? iMac that you have, so that you have a nice resting spot for your phone. And it even has a little cutout for the charging cable. Opening it up, there's really not much. You got this in a nice little bag to keep it all fresh, and no instructions or anything like that. So, taking a look at the device, this pivots, the actual mount that the phone goes on, pivots around, and then the clamp, I guess you just have to dig your fingers in there and pull it apart. There's no real easy way to unclamp this thing. And that's how you do it, I guess. You just have to really grab it from the edge. So let's go ahead and try this. I have my laptop right here, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Okie dokie, laptop is here, and so just use my fingers to grab the edge and then put it onto. It does not lay like exactly how I'd expect it to clamp onto my laptop. But there we go. It does cover up a little bit of the screen on the edge. But let's see, does it hold my phone? And let's find out. Sort of. It is holding it. Wow. So I could, I guess, rotate this if I wanted. Oop, it's sliding. Oh, don't touch it. Okay. Psych. Let's see, I'm gonna do this a little lower on my monitor. I can see the monitor. It's like pushy. It's like crushing the pixels in there. So I can see the screen deform just a bit. That's really not great. Okay, we're gonna put that right on there. And if all goes according to plan, there we go. We have a little mount for my phone. I can be typing away, swiping on my phone. Yeah, I do not trust this thing at all, especially not on this laptop. So maybe on a thicker laptop or a monitor, but really that is not a large amount of area to clamp anything to. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna say no, do not recommend the Psych Studio M-Clip phone holder to go onto the side of your monitor or laptop. Not a fan of this thing. Back to you guys in the studio. So, here.
It can't be much more than $10, right?
It is, you know what, I lost the link. Oh my gosh, I gotta find this thing. Okay, as I'm trying to find this thing, basically, as you saw in the video, the way there was no mechanism to really get in there and open those clamps, which was just like super frustrating because you it's like it feels like that's half of the half of the gadget is just clamping that thing, and it was really difficult to clamp it down. So here is the gadget, found it here, $13, $14 I guess with change. Reviews, not super great, not really great. This person closed their laptop on it. It's really difficult.
Oh, and the phone fell off?
I guess, or it just crushed, it just bent their laptop.
Well, they agree with you. This clip is too difficult to attach. A little difficult to attach.
I just, it's just not really well designed. Is the big thing. This one edge that was kind of pushing those pixels around, it's so thin and it doesn't actuate in any way, but it kind of seems like it should lay flat. So if you had like a monitor that was exactly like a quarter inch to a half inch, then that would make sense. But any thinner, the surface area that it's clamping to is not great. And I also worry what that pressure is just going to do to the monitor over time. It does have this really weird click for some reason whenever I rotate it, but if it's in its front-facing position, that click doesn't matter. So not worth it. I would not get this. If you want something to stand your phone up, check out last week's episode. I covered a lap mat that had a little spot for your phone. Way better than this thing.
Oh, that was neat, yeah.
Yeah, and so would not recommend this at any price point, really, and no matter what the cost. I don't think I like it. With that, let's move on to Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Our video is from frequent contributors, Jeff and Adam Slomovitz. And the email starts, "Good afternoon, gentlemen." He doesn't mention us at all. I wanted to send you this Gadget Warehouse video regarding a different type of an everyday item that is supposed to be useful. I highlight the word supposed to be. It's a wall clock with a twist or something that looks similar to word search. Well, let's run the video and then we'll get an idea of what he's talking about.
Okay.
Hey, Dickie D and Chad. This is Jeff from New York with another Gadget Warehouse item that I wanted to show you and your audience. So, what the heck is it? Well, if I turn it over, it'll definitely give it away. Maybe not, because some people in my family didn't
Antenna.
know. As you can see, it has a USB plug
A rechargeable square plate.
So let's reveal it so we don't go over the time. You can hang it on the wall, by the way. Let me point that out. And this definitely is a crappy gadget. As you can see, it's sort of like a wall clock
12
or a desk clock that basically spells out the time. The problem is with this is it doesn't do it exactly. It's every 5 minutes. The other problem is, and I've noticed this a few times, if you lose power, it doesn't have a battery backup. You wake up, if you're using it as your primary clock, which I definitely suggest you don't know what time it is. It may look nice on a shelf or on a wall, like I said before, but it doesn't really work. So this is what happens. I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in so you guys notice what I've noticed and why I feel it's a piece of you-know-what. Here we go. Unplugged, no battery backup, like I said. plugged in. Voila, it's flashing. It is now 12 o'clock. It says that all the time when you first plug it in. Now, the reason I don't like it too is when you're setting the time, as you can see,
Oh gosh.
you have to really look at a real clock in the house.
Gosh.
Keep it like that. A real clock in the house in order to really make sure that you catch it exactly on time.
It's 20 minutes
You
to
can go
1.
backwards. It has plus and minus, as you can see, and there's the power cord. But again, it makes a nice conversation piece.
I do not think
But
that way.
unfortunately, the conversation is, why did you buy this? So that's it for now. Keep up the great work, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
So, like, I've had friends' parents, you know, that talk it's 4:45. Like, that just makes no sense to me. Like, just say 4:45. Like, my brain does not compute, 10 minutes till 5. It's like, you mean it's 4:50. Like,
Oh, yeah.
my brain does not work that way. That clock would be the worst. Not only all the downsides of it not having a battery backup and being a little difficult to read, but specifically for me, that would drive me
Who
up
could
the
live
wall.
with clock that just tells you every 5 minutes what time it
It's
is?
the other thing. It's the other thing. It's 7:35-ish. It could actually be 7:40, and I wouldn't know. Yeah, I live my life too exact. At 5 minutes, the difference between 7:45 and 7:50, that could mean me being early or late to something. I mean,
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
if it's 7:37, and I know, I was supposed to leave at 7:35. Like, I need to know how far past it is. That is so funny. Also, I noticed this, and it's in these promotional things. Why on earth did they put the power cable over here on the side?
Is that ridiculous?
Why didn't they put it on the back where it'd be hidden? It's like this perfect square. It looks supposed to look so nice. You got this AC power cable just chilling out down in the corner.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's funny. You know what it is? It's a perfect gadget warehouse gadget.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
what it does.
Don't even
right.
bother bringing it home. Just buy it and put it right in the warehouse.
I love that. That's what he said. The only conversation is, why did you buy it? It's very
Jeff and
good.
Adam, thank you. That's a very funny. Why did you buy it, Jeff?
Because it was
Yes.
a white elephant gift. That's what he said.
No, it looks like it should be interesting until you realize how dumb it is and how hard it is to set and what to do if the power goes. It's just not worth it. Not worth it.
Not worth it.
All right, so if you want to send us a video, okay, you will get a current issue of Mad Magazine, Jeff and Adam. Although I don't know, did Adam win the what the heck is it? Anyway, if we show you a video, you'll get the current issue of Mad Magazine autographed to you. And we're looking for videos, anything 1 to 3 minutes, anything that has a gadget in it, something you love, something that's ridiculous like the clock. We especially love if you have an old gadget that you hated to throw out because right now it would cost like 10 cents, and back then it was $300. So, and any kind of technology, just make a little video, horizontal, and make sure we can hear your voice, and that's it. Put it up on YouTube. You can click unlisted. That way, only people with the URL will be able to watch it, and send us that URL, mail@gizwiz.tv, mail@gizwiz.tv. And I think we have one more video for next week. So get us your videos, okay? Mail@gizwiz.tv. And if you sent me a video and didn't hear from me, remind me, because occasionally a video gets misplaced. Okay? Mail@gizwiz.tv.
Do it now. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters.
Our email is from Mo, and it asks a simple question. Would you guys buy this? Now, I took a quick look, and I don't think I would buy this. It's like a personal helicopter, right?
Yeah, it's like, it looks like those drones, you know, the quadcopters.
Yes, yes.
But individual.
It's called
made.
It's called Next.
Yeah.
They're
They're always called Next.
The Next personal air taxi has 8 propellers.
Oh.
In protective safety enclosures, 8 electric motors that run on batteries. No, I thought you were going to have an extension cord. 8 electric motors that run on batteries.
No, it flies really close to power lines, so it can kind of like take some power off of them.
Clip on, yeah. It has 2 big alligator clips.
Yes. Exploring the possibility to qualify its personal air taxi initially powered.
Oh, great. You can fly this around with no license.
Yeah, it's an ultralight, so you gotta not worry about that license. That's crazy.
Wow. Now, is this coming or is this a fantasy? The Next Air Personal?
It's probably a fantasy.
Okay.
Let's be honest.
There's no buy button, right?
No. Now, and it also seems with this whole taxi service thing that you wouldn't buy this. You would rent it for your trip, you know?
I get it.
Yeah, that's my guess, is that you would
well, you know what?
this.
Like in the city of the future,
Right.
they'll have like a line of these like city bikes. And then you'll just fly to your next destination and leave it in the street. I guess it'd be like that.
You know, if you've ever used a drone, they're loud. Like, those things can be very loud. I wonder how loud something like this would be. I mean, a helicopter's loud. You know, you want 50 helicopters around the city. I mean, maybe this would just be for the ultra elite situation. You know,
maybe. It probably comes with a haircut attachment. You can just.
I would have to really trust this thing to get inside of that death capsule. I mean, there's no safety. I assume that this thing would be autonomous. It would just, you know, go to its spot. You know, I wouldn't have to control anything. I don't know. I'm also imagining, I mean, maybe for the ultra elite, like one-time use type of, like, I have to get here in 30 minutes and traffic's really bad.
That might be,
I'll pay for this thing. It's going to cost me $150, but it's like a really important meeting. I could see that. But like, like a family, like you're going to strap each person, you know, 5 people in their own individual taxi.
No, this would be good for businessmen. Like a corporation would have 2 of them on the roof.
Right.
And they have to go to the airport, and it's Friday at 5. And they will have a landing field at the airport, and you get in this and that.
Right. That makes more sense to me. But then it's almost like, why the fancy design? Just make an autonomous helicopter. Like,
you're absolutely right.
Why does it have to be this crazy quadcopter design that's all electric? You know, it's
You know, you're absolutely right. I actually, at CES 2020, I think there was a prototype of an Uber helicopter.
Yeah.
That held like a driver and a pilot and like 2 people.
You know, I'm surprised that autonomous flight is not like, take away all the, like, this project seems difficult, right? The way they're setting this up is that this is your house and that's your driveway and this thing is here, right? Super difficult problem. What if, though, you just kind of eliminate all that? only aim for helipads. You know, most big businesses have helipads on the top of their building. Okay, only helipads. Have a few routes that you can take, but it's completely autonomous. Once you're in the air, you got radar, and hopefully you don't hit a bird. It seems like that'd be a way easier problem than like self-driving cars. That seems pretty cool. That seems like a thing that could also happen in the next 2 years.
Yeah, no, I think Uber was hoping that was going to happen soon. It
That's
might
cool.
still happen. Yeah.
This I might pass on the.
No, we're not
next.
buying these.
Yeah.
We're not going to have one
I agree.
so that you can borrow it. Sorry.
No. Thank you, Mo, for the letter, and also thank you to our patrons over at patreon.com/Giz Wiz. You guys are incredible. Thank you so much for your continued support. If you are a patron, pat yourself on the back. Feel grateful. We are grateful towards you for supporting the show. Thank you so much for your support. If you enjoy the Giz Wiz and want to give back, there's 2 great ways to do that. Patreon.com/Giz Wiz, support at any level, and you'll be part of the whole Patreon thing, so you can vote on crappy corners, or if we do anything else, you'll be part of that community. Or you can give one-time or reoccurring via PayPal at our website, gizwiz.tv. Click on the Patreon tab, and there's a PayPal link for you to donate via PayPal. Sad thing with PayPal is you don't get all that Patreon infrastructure. But, you can still feel good about yourself for supporting the show. And we feel good about you guys, so thank you so much for that. Speaking of gizwiz.tv, that is where you can watch the show live just about every Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time is the place to do it. If we ever have a schedule change, it'll be at the top of the website, so you can see that change there. Join the chat room, chat along while we're live. When we're not live, that will be the latest episode, so you can see it there at the top of the page, or scroll down, or click the episodes tab to find all the past episodes in recent history. And if you want to subscribe, we have a YouTube channel, we got Apple Podcasts, we got RSS feeds, we got all that stuff. So find all of that at the website, gizwiz.tv. If you want to know more about the gadgets that we talk about on the show, head on over to gizwiz.biz. That's Dickie D's website, where he writes up articles about everything that we talk about on the show. So if you're looking for a link, gizwiz.biz is the place. While you're there, play What the Heck Is It? This is the game show online. This is the gadget, the whole gadget, and nothing but the gadget. And this is obvious. Oh, so obvious. This is a dual 3D printer that prints out action figure legs. It's just constantly printing out action figure legs down here over and over again. If you think you know what this is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. 6 Mad Magazines for correct answers, 12 Mad Magazines for funny, clever, hilarious, and interesting answers. So get creative over at gizwiz.biz. I think that wraps up for our show. So we'll see you next week.
I'll be here.